Well, good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Austin Adobe User Group meeting on Thursday, November 9th, 2023. We meet every month on the third Thursday. Our meetings are free. We meet on Zoom. We've been doing that since the start of the pandemic. This group has been in existence since it was the Austin Macromedia Users Group. And we encourage you to spread the word and invite people to visit our website at austinadobeusergroup.com. Tonight we have the opportunity to learn about Adobe Express from Cornelius Chopin, who is a long time member of this group since it was first started. He is the accessibility coordinator at Texas Health and Human Services, and he received an Adobe Certified Instructor title in Dreamweaver, Photoshop, and Flash. Shows you how long he's been on it.
Been a while,
and
huh?
He teaches at night at several schools, including the Art Institute of Austin. He has a master's degree in information science and learning technology from Missouri University. And I want to welcome him tonight to show us all the things that Adobe Express can do. Welcome, Cornelius.
I appreciate that intro. I'm going to share my screen, which is, I believe it's this one. Let's share. Can you guys see my screen?
It's starting.
Okay. Technology, I love it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can.
Can you all see the Adobe Express screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. So with that in mind, let's get started because I have a lot of material to cover. Now,
Cornelius, do you welcome interruptions and questions while you're speaking, or do you want to wait till the end?
Anytime you have a question, just don't hesitate either to, probably don't use the chat because I don't look in the chat too much.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on the chat.
If you have a question, don't hesitate just to chime in.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a relatively new program. I think it's been around about a year or so. I've seen it on several occasions. And you know me, when I see a new software that might be of interest to me, I like to be able to learn it and teach it to others. And that's what I'm doing tonight. This program is, in fact, I've heard this. Have you ever heard of Canvas? And most of you guys are familiar with Canvas. This is like Canvas, but more. And you'll see that in just a bit. You can do a whole lot of stuff. But the good news is, one, it's free. And you can get a premium version that has more images and templates and stuff associated with it. But you can get this application free. If you go to your Adobe Creative Cloud, you see it right there on the left tab of your Adobe Creative Cloud application. You click on it, and it's going to open it up in a browser. So this is the opening screen. You can see it says up here, welcome, Cornelius. What do you want to make? And this is a good thing. Okay, so let's look at all of the different things you can make with Adobe Express. We're going to be doing a fraction of what's available, but the good news is that everything you do is basically the same thing, regardless of the media. In this case, I'm talking about social media type. I'm going to talk about those in just a bit. So this first screen is the opening screen. By the way, if you ever want to get back to the home page, just click on the Adobe Express button right there. I may occasionally do that just to show you how to get back to this home page of sort, right? But at the top here, you have a list of icons that kind of tells you various things. This first screen basically talks about various types of templates, suggested size, suggested quick actions. We'll be looking at that. Select popular templates, seasonal templates, feature add zone, text to images. And this is the real fun part, right? It's generative fill, text to template, and text to effect. Okay, and we're going to be covering all of those. By the way, at the bottom of the screen, it's going to show things that you've been working on in the past. So these are some things I've just been kind of experimenting with. So anything you've worked on will show up at the bottom of the screen right there. And you can click on that and go to that project that you worked on. But let's start off at the top here. First of all, I want to give you what I refer to as my executive summary. And as I often say, you don't have to be an executive to appreciate this executive summary of this application. So the first thing I want to let you know is that social media, we're all about social media, right? There's a boatload, you know, that's a technical term, of social media types that you can create. And so let's talk about each one of them in turn. You got Instagram for you Instagram lovers out there. You got Facebook. Now notice again, you got all the different types of media, right? You got the video, the cover sheet, the profile cover, and then TikTok. If you're into
Excuse me,
TikTok.
Cornelius. Is it possible for you to make your screen any larger or to zoom? Everything you're
I
pointing
thought
to
that's
is
what I did.
teeny.
Maybe I went the wrong way. Let me
Yeah,
try.
I
Let me
think
try something.
so.
I may have went. Let me just try something real
Okay.
fast here.
And why don't you just explain how you're doing it so we can all learn how to do
Okay,
that?
so let me. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do a system preferences, and it's over on this other screen. Let me move it over if I can. Will it go over there? Not letting me slide it over. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's not letting me, for some reason, I'm having some problem. I have two monitors and it's on this other monitor. But let me just tell you what I'm doing. There's
Okay.
there's an icon called display that I'm clicking on. And then on the display, you got display settings. And then you can choose from default for display or scale. This is one of them.
You know, nothing's changing on your screen.
Yeah, I hadn't changed it yet. So I'm
Oh,
gonna hit
okay.
the large text. Is that bigger?
Yes,
Okay.
I think
So
it is. Well, now
I
we're
think
seeing two screens. We're seeing something that says look for head to tail.
right. Yeah,
Already.
that's on my other monitor over here.
Uh-huh. It looks like we're
Uh
seeing two screens now.
yeah, and
And
it's
both
showing it's
and the
showcasing
one on the left that has Express is
right. So
teenier
let
than
me
ever.
see if hit done and let me turn that one off. So now is that big enough?
Nope, it hasn't changed at all.
It didn't?
Nope, it's right now it's showing two screens. The one on the right is that says look for tail to head
Okay,
is
so it's
really
still
big.
showing that, right?
Yeah, and the
Okay.
one on the left is very small.
Okay, so let me do this. I'm not a resident Mac person. I just know enough to be dangerous when it comes to the Mac. Enter full screen. Does that help in it? Did it help in it?
Not noticeably.
Um, let me try this again. So you can see it right now. So let me try display again. Display settings. And if I do that, now it's probably too small, right?
Oh, that got rid of the second screen and got you back to where you were when you started the presentation, where the words are all still too small to
Too
read.
small. Well, let me do a medium. Let me do default. Let's see if that works.
Okay. And I'm glad to see John Merrifield's joined us after being stranded on the road with a flat tire in the rain.
Yeah, I got it solved. Hi. Um,
Can you guys see it
I
now?
don't have a problem reading any of that, but I
Okay.
work on these programs every day and have a, so maybe if someone's not seeing it well, if they reduce the resolution on their monitor.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point too.
Okay. This is actually better. And closing the chat window and moving the thumbnails over to the right helps.
Okay.
So sorry for the interruption.
Not a problem. So anyway, what I was getting at is you can create a host of media types with this Adobe Express. So first of all, you got social media, you got Instagram, you got Facebook, TikTok. Now I do YouTube. That's the only one I do actually. And so you can do a YouTube video, you can do YouTube thumbnail because you need thumbnails for your YouTube videos, and then you can do YouTube Shorts. Those are 1 minute videos. YouTube banner for your YouTube page, YouTube picture, anything YouTube related. You don't have to think about what size does it need to make and all that craziness, right? It's right there on the spot. And again,
That's great.
this holds true for all of the other media. Twitter, which is now called X, as you know, You have the various types of format for Twitter or X currently, Pinterest, as well as some other media types. Okay. Then you have video. John would like this one. You got all the different types of video types, mobile, TikTok, Facebook again. You got photos. By the way, let me go back just a little bit too, because I forgot to mention some things below all of this. Once you select all of the different types, you also have these various templates, and there's a boatload of templates that we can select from, as well as, and you'll see this, we're going to play around with this a little bit. You could do a whole host of actions, right? What we call quick actions. So you could take two media and merge them together. You can remove the background from an image without much fuss. Using that technique, you can convert whatever you create to a GIF or GIF file if you need that format. You can resize your video. Now, this one is nice because you can create multiple media types from a single image or a single page, if you will. We'll look at that as well. You can resize the image as well as trim the image. You can cut either the front or the back end or both of your image off. So that's that's what you can do with the video. Then you have the video. You have all your video types, including mobile. Then documents. Well, I skip photos. So you have photos. You got all of these different types of photos: album cover, book cover, phone wallpaper. I mean, you name it. And then you have documents. On the documents, you have resumes, which is good. Invoices, menus, newsletters, report, cover sheet, magazines, to name a few, and a couple quick actions that you could do with those. Sometimes you need to convert it to PDF or to a JPEG file, or combine files together, edit a PDF file. I mean, literally, there's a whole lot you could do all in one spot. Okay, the good news is that once you know how to do this for one social media type or one video type, it's the same across the board. So this might seem like it's very intimidating, but it's really, really easy, particularly what I like, and you'll see this, for beginners. Okay, if you're a beginner person to this stuff, I mean, this is, if you know how to use Word, you ought to be able to do this, for crying out loud. So with that in mind, let's go and select a social media type. And in this case, I'm going to select what I use quite often, and that is YouTube. So let's say I want to make a YouTube video. Okay. But if I want to do that, I could either select from two options. I can browse the templates, or I can create it from scratch. First, initially, particularly for beginners, you want to start off with the template. So it kind of gives you an idea of how these template works, or how these pages got created. And then once you become proficient, then you can start with the create from scratch option. But let's use a template to see how that works. So I'm gonna click this option. It's gonna take me to another page that has a host, in this case, 554 rather, templates to choose from, which is a lot. So let me see. I'm gonna create something. Let's say a menu. Let's say I got a restaurant. I want to create a menu. So I'm gonna click on this. I was playing with this last night, and I don't know why it does this, but it says sorry, we didn't find anything. Well, it did. I don't know why it told me that. We'll figure that one out. But let's say I want to select this menu right here. So I'm gonna select this. Wait for it. Bam. I'm there without much fuss. How many of you, with a little effort, you think you can do that? A couple clicks. Okay. Now, once you have the template in place, all you got to do is change the content out, change the text, delete stuff, ungroup stuff, and that's it, literally. Okay, so let's do that. So what we have here is basically various elements. This, and the time you see the little icon, that means group. I mean, this option is, if I move it, it says in a group, right? So when you see that little icon at the corner of an object, that means that object's in a group. So I can move it independently, right? Now, you can also click down into the individual object and move it as well. So that's kind of cool. So depending upon what you select, is going to be, as you know, what gets affected, right? What's selected.
What did you
gets
click to
affected.
get the icon and move it as a group?
Okay, so when you click on it, look for this icon right here.
In
and
the
that's
upper
where
left-hand corner.
Yeah, you know, as a
Okay.
group, so it's moving as a whole, right?
Ah, mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
That is cool. And say
Okay,
you only
now-
want the left half. How do you get
Okay,
just
so
that?
I'm gonna deselect and then I'm gonna reselect. Okay, so now this time I'm gonna kind of click until I see the bounding
Oh.
box
I see.
right around just this. Now, if I move it this time, notice only this first half gets moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that's cool. I'm particularly for
That's
beginners.
amazing.
Okay, now if I wanted to move an individual object in that group, let's do that. Okay, now again, deselect and then reselect. Y'all like that? Deselect, reselect. Yeah, got a little ring to it, right? So I'm gonna click in the group, right? So you know I'm drilling down with that's technical term there. Into one group to another group. Now I want to get into the individual objects within that group. So now if I click here, now look at that. How cool is that? I'm sorry, but that's coolness to me. Okay, because I don't have to ungroup stuff, and you can't ungroup this, right? If I click here, wait till I get to, I can right click and do ungroup. Okay, you don't have to do that though. You could just click your way to happiness, if you will, to get to where you want to go, right? Within a multiple group. So you got groups. It's like putting you know how you have a container in a container in a container, right? Well, all you got to do is just click to keep getting down into the inner
Like
container,
Russian
as it were.
dolls.
Huh?
Like Russian dolls or whatever.
Yeah.
You made me think of something, Cornelius. So you'll like this. You know, what's deselected is unaffected.
You get to know.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of one of my students when I was teaching one day. I was teaching at the Art Institute, and I like to, you know, inspire my students to excellence as well. And they kind of mimic me all the time. And I had made a statement. I said, the more you learn, the more you may earn, right? Because you know that's not always the case. I say you may earn, right?
Yeah.
And I had
like
gotten that word, that phrase out of my mouth, and one of my students responded by saying, "And the more you make, the more they take." Talking about the government. So yeah, that my little Chopinism catchy sometime, and people have a tendency to create their own. So that was good, though. I like that, John. Okay, so there you have it. So that, I mean, that's how easy it is. Is that not easy or not? Am I just excited? I think I'm just excited. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. Now, watch this. Look, this is gonna blow you away. Let's say I want to change some of these items out, right, from this template. So again, I'm gonna drill down. Watch this. See this little icon right here? Replace image. Select that. Wait for it. Oh, it don't freeze on me. Okay. What happened? We try that again. That's not working for me. The screen is going blank over here. Why is it doing that? All right. Well, what happens, or what's supposed to happen, is that when you select an image and you click on this icon right here, it allows you to select from another image. Well, here we go, right here. There we go. And then I can type in, let's say.
Cornelius, would you mind reading the words under the icons that you're selecting?
Okay, so let me back up then and redo that again. So I'm selecting, first of all, let me drill down, right, into the image that I want to change. And then right here, if you hover over it, this says replace. So whatever image is on the screen, you can replace without much fuss. Okay, so I'm gonna click on that, and then you could select. I'm like, man, that went blank. Well, that's because I need to select a type of object. It could be an image or anything. In this case, I'm gonna replace it with another image, what we call media, right? So with media, you got photo, you got video or audio. In this case, photo, but I want to, since I'm making a menu, instead of hamburger, let me do a hot dog, right? So I'm gonna search for hot dog, right? And let's see what we get.
I was hoping you'd go vegetarian.
Well, why is it not changing?
Well, maybe it's a Beyond hot dog or something. Could be.
I would think you would have hot dogs in here, right? Now it worked last night. Now it's not working, so we'll figure it out.
Sherry Agile just texted saying, will you change the display resolution to 175%? So I think we've been through that already.
Yeah, we had to figure that one out later.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that not changing? Clear it. Oh, is that, no, hold on, let's see, media. Oh, so photos, yes. Well, I don't know why it's saying wellness. Oh, food, that's what I wanted to do. Ah. And then, well, it doesn't give me hot dog though. So I would think. Okay, that works. No, go figure. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna select, let's select this one. Bam. Notice it replaced it with the hot dog. Now, obviously, this one doesn't have kind of background like the rest of these. I could scale this thing down. By the way, notice I'm noticing more program has these newer icons. I say icons, guides, if you will. If you see this one right here is a little dash, right? Where this is a dot, right? Well, if you use the dash, what I refer to as a dash, right? It's going to scale it within that container, as it were. You see that? Now, if you, and likewise, if I do this, you see scaling it within what I refer to as a container of sort, right? Now, if
But I notice once it gets inside the borders, though, it's like to switch to crop.
right now,
Yeah.
now when you select this option, the circles, you scale it proportional. What we can remember is like in the old days, 2 years ago, you hold on the shift key to constrain it proportionally, right? And so that's what this is doing. It's constraining it proportionally. For you geeks out there, it's maintaining the aspect ratio. John knows about that, right?
Yeah. Did it look like, let me ask you another question. Was it sort of snapping to that alignment on the left there, when you were pulling it?
I think you could probably set some guides to do that. Yeah, I think it is kind of snapping. Yeah, I think. And then if I go up here, yeah. So and by the way, you can see those guides. I don't know.
Yeah,
you see those guides.
Yeah.
And that's most programs now have those smart guides. Back in the day,
yeah,
5 years ago,
yeah,
I'm dating myself. You used to have to pull out a grid and you line up stuff to the grid and all that craziness, right? Most programs today will have the smart guides, and you can line things up just by paying attention to those smart guides. So yes, you have guides that literally snap to other objects on the screen on its edges, on its edges.
Yeah. Almost all the tools do that now. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like a preference too. If you don't like it, you can turn off snapping or whatever.
Now, this is new right here, though. This is this is new. Now, we always had this to be able to do, right? But being able to pull on this is different, which is cool, I've made. Now, I have a problem here, and that is I don't like this white background, right? On that hot dog there. So look here. We got remove background. Guess what that does?
Oh boy.
That puts relish on the hot dog?
It will remove the okay, so watch this. Let the magic begin.
Let the magic.
You just click the icon, huh?
Yep. And I have another picture back here. What I thought I deleted it, but I guess it
layered.
Yeah, that didn't really replace it. Just kind of put it over it, huh?
Yeah. Well, I thought well, let me see. Control Z. Let me delete this one. Maybe I did. Maybe I had 2 images I was playing around with, but it will replace it. Let me try it again. Hopefully I can. Well, let me just remove the background right now. So if I click on the background, watch what happens. One click away, bam. Does a fairly good job of
Yeah.
removing the background.
Can you put a new background in?
You could put another image back there because it's transparent. You see if I roll it over that, you see it's transparent.
Right.
So you
Just
could
add
put
it,
another,
just layer it up.
right. Just put another layer, and I'll show you the layering, which is kind of cool over here. Okay, and we'll talk about layering as well, because that's cool too, I think, particularly for beginners. Okay, so now we have the hot dog. Now you had this eraser tool, and I probably wouldn't want to do this, but if you use the eraser tool, you get this little eraser icon, you can change the size of it. And watch this. I'm gonna remove the bun. Well, kind of remove a little bit too much. So you could
That's interesting because it's actually kind of selecting, or it knows you're on the bun, and it's really just
right.
erasing.
Now again, because that brown is also here, that's the reason why
Yeah.
it's kind of grabbing
Yeah.
into that. But you know, for certain pictures,
Wow,
it can be nice. It's nice to be able to just erase a portion of the picture, right?
Yeah.
And then you can hit restore, and it's gonna bring it back to where you left it off, where you left off. And then you could do this, which I'm basically just kind of clicking around to remove stuff. Okay, so erase, and then let's hit restore.
You might have said this in the beginning when I missed it. Is this the free version of Adobe Express, or the?
No, this is the premium version, but the
Okay.
free version has a lot to it too, I understand.
Okay, yeah.
And does
Okay.
the paid version come with Adobe Cloud?
It does. It does. In fact,
Mhm.
what you have is what I have, right, is what you have.
Okay, yeah.
So that's good. Okay,
I've been
so
waiting to hear that from a man's voice for a long time.
so now so you can erase, you can remove background. I can't wait to get to this. You can crop, you know what that is, for crying out loud. And then you can add some special effects, and we'll talk about these special effects later on. But let me just show you. So you could remove the background. Let me get back to when you want to go back to where you left off. You click the little back button, and then again, I'm gonna. What is this? So let me see if I can select this image again. And again, you always want to make sure you literally within that image before you make a quick selection, right? And I think this is the restore button, I believe. Yeah, so there you go. Look at that. How cool is that? That is cool. Now, what is even nice is, so if I take if I want to duplicate an object, well, I'm gonna delete this one just to show you this. Let's say I just had hot dogs, right? Well, if I wanted to duplicate something, look right here. What does that say? Duplicate.
Duplicate.
Bam. How cool
You
is that?
used an undo button. Does Command Z work?
Yeah, it does. It does indeed.
Or
So
is it
just like
Control
an
Z?
application. So you could duplicate, or you can lock something down. Because a lot of time when you're working on things, you don't want to move stuff, right? You can
Oh,
lock
I do
it
that all
down,
the
and so now I
time.
can't move it. How cool is that?
Yeah, it keeps me from screwing up my own work.
Yeah. So you can lock it down, and then if you got this is source information. If you want to find out, the some information about that file, you can click on that little source file there. Okay, so let's look at the this other side of the screen here that I think is kind of nice, particularly for beginners. And this is the layering. Now, right here, which one? I think it's this one. This is where you turn the layers on and off. If you lose it, you just click here. Now, let me just animate this to show you that this is cool. Watch this. Click that. Bam. You notice how I expanded it and show you all of the layers that makes up this composition. That's cool. What's even nicer is that when you have groups, like this is a group right here. I don't know if you guys can see down at the bottom here, right? Let me double click on that. It
That's the
tells you the
contact
number
info
of
you're pointing
items.
to?
It tells you the number of items in that group. How cool is that? Okay. So if I want to get to this has 4 items in it. This has 2 items, and this thing, which is the menu, if I click on it, you can see it has 13 items in it, right? This has 5 items, right? This has 7 items. So if I want to open up a group, I can just double click on it, and now I just have the items within that group. So you can get to stuff easily just by using this layer panel without, a lot of time, when you're dealing with layering program, you're trying to click and stuff is on top of each other or underneath each other, and you're trying to move stuff out of the way to get to stuff. Right? You don't have to do that now. Or you literally just go to where you want. Let's say I want to modify this, right? Well, I could just come up here and maybe I want to scale that out to make it bigger. Bam, right? Click that. Bam.
Am I also noticing as you click on things that they display in the upper left-hand corner? When you were clicking on the address contact info at the bottom of the menu, I thought I was seeing that text in the upper left.
Were you seeing that again?
Well, I'm not sure. Right now you've clicked on a group, and in the upper left it says group, and when you were on when you're on the text, it actually displays the text in the panel on the left.
Yeah, I saw it there for a second too.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's not. I think when you had the text selected, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that when I was doing that, what happened. And the key to this is just kind of get in
There
it
it
and
is,
just
right.
playing around
Like
with
right
it.
there, you have burger. If you select burger, see burger is over on the left.
Oh, right here,
and
right
you can
here.
choose the font.
Right. Oh, let's talk about that.
I was
Since
going to
you
ask you
mentioned
too
that.
about the fonts. I'm assuming it's all the fonts are accessible online in these templates, meaning that if I didn't have these fonts in my system, it wouldn't matter.
I'm not sure about that now. Anytime you see a crown right here, that means that's the premium version. Okay, so the free version doesn't have this. So you could click on this and just change. I don't know if you noticed this changing based upon which one I choose, right? Now, what's nice is, and I'm not going to bore you with, because everybody but their grandmother, no offense, know how to do,
I think grandmothers know that too.
Right.
I'm a grandmother and I know.
Okay, we're not going to bore you with how to do this, right? So I want to show you something that you can't do with most programs easily. Okay, so if I had a text, now again, and this is probably not a good example, but let me just illustrate it nonetheless. So you have the default text, which is the default, right? Then you have the dynamic text. Now, dynamic is nice because when you click on it, and then you start scaling it, it automatically scales the text and stuff to fit 2 lines or whatever just by pulling on it. That's cool. Okay, that can save you some time. But if you want to, now I don't have enough text for this. If I want to put that text in a circle, click that button, bam, it'll put it in a circle. And I don't have enough text to do that with food menu. But watch when I do this one, bam. How cool is that? Okay, and you see I have some options up at the top here that I can scroll through. And then what if I wanted to do bow? Bam. Right? And so you could, you can have one at the top, one at the bottom for, the arch and the bow. You can have a complete circle using this one. So you can use this one, or you can use either one of these. That I don't know. I know you can do that in Illustrator. I think you can do it in Photoshop. But being able to do it with one click, because you got to know you got to draw a circle and you got to, type along a path and all that craziness. This is literally one click away. Thank you. Okay, I'm excited about that. Obviously, I'm not going to bore you with this. That's the color, the outline, and again, we're not going to bore you with stuff that is intuitively obvious. And let me go back to this, but let's talk about some text effects, okay? With text effects, this is where that AI stuff come in. Actually, I'm going to reserve this for later on. You could do some really fancy texturing, if you will, of your text. Texturing, there you go, texturing of your text. I like that. You get that texturing of your text? Y'all didn't get that. Okay, we'll look at that later. Ooh, now, see, I did that. I did this last night, and for some reason, when I did that, I don't know how to go back to. Oh, it did that. Okay, it worked that time. For some reason, I got locked in that Zoom mode last night for some reason. But anyway, so let's see what else we can do. So we know how to do the layering. We know how to change the objects out. We do text. So let's see what else you have. We got templates, we got media, again, all different types of media. You want to bring in a video. Maybe you want to have a video come in there, right? So you could select this video and voila. Now that's a video. Now, when you add video, you got a timeline down at the bottom here. Let me see if I can move this thing out of my way. Can you guys see the timeline right here?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so John know about a timeline, right, John? So you got a timeline that you can play this video on, and we'll talk more about that later on. But literally, when you add video, you will get a timeline. So I'm gonna delete that right now. Now, if you don't have video, you don't want to have a timeline because you don't need one, right? So you can add video or you can add audio, right? I guess you can type in a sound effect or whatever and get audio. So those are the media type. Now text, you can add interesting text like this right here. Let me see what this does. Let me move this out of my way. Oh. Again, because that's in a group, it's moving with the group, right? So I need to drill down a little further to put that back up where I want it. And I'm gonna drill down. I love being click, click, click. I'm there. I love that. Move that up. And I'm gonna go to, what was it out? What was that on? Right here. Let's say right here. I'm gonna click on this. Wait for it. Bam. Okay. How cool is that? And then I'm gonna scale that down because obviously that's too big. And then I could drill down in here and change the color as I need to, right? I could change that obviously to something that you can see, right? You guys get the drift, right? And you go through it and you could delete stuff, right? Maybe I don't need this other stuff. I could just go in here and just simply delete what I don't need. Again, make sure you drill down till you see those handles, as it were, right? And then just delete what you don't need.
Cornelius, is it possible to make the panel on the left larger? Give it a bigger
Right here?
percentage of the screen? Yeah.
I don't think so. I was trying to grab it to see if I can pull this.
Yeah.
I can't.
Is there a view menu where you
Well,
might
let me
have a
do.
choice in it?
Let me see if I could do this. Hold on a sec. Oh no, that's zooming. That's zooming a page. No, the only thing it let me do is zoom the page. It's the composition and not the yeah, I guess that's kind of fixed. But anyway, you have a whole lot of options to choose from over here: headline, seasonal, logos, social, labels, all kind of stuff. And then you have these what I refer to as elements. Elements are different types of things you can add to your page. Let's say I want to put some, I don't know, paint splatter, okay? So and let's say this is a hot dog, not hot dog.
It's a cannibal restaurant.
See, Command Z. So let me try that again. So let me do element. And then I want to take this, see what it does. There you go. That's that ketchup coming over on top of that hot dog right there. That's funny. Okay. They're dripping on top of that hot dog right there. Okay, so you can add elements, you know, and we'll talk about animation in just a bit. Okay, so you got elements, and then you got grid. You know, I don't know whenever I would use grids, but if you select this, you get this little grid-like pattern right here. I don't know if I have a need for
Can
doing.
if you choose a grid, you can put any pictures you want in that
I'm
grid?
assuming you can. I hadn't tried grids yet, but I would assume that you
I
could
can see a
change.
lot of use for that. I like it.
Yeah, I'm assuming you can change these pictures out. Now, what I forgot to mention is that when you go to media, let's say click away, I'm gonna do media, and I'm gonna do photos, and let's say I want to search for, again, I'm gonna go back to food again. And let me make something with not too much, it's not too busy because I want to use it as a background. Let's say this right here. Right? Now notice where is that? It's right here. But what if I wanted to make that the background for my website or my image or my video or whatever the case may be, right? Well, that's easy to do. If you select, again, select what you want to affect. And then see right here, how cool is it? By the way, you could do a flip here. So you can flip left, you can flip it, or you can flip it this way. How cool is that? But, and that's most programs you can do that. But what I like is this one here. Set as background. Watch what happens when I do this. Bam. How cool is that? Okay.
Can you now zoom it so that there'd be more vegetables in the background?
I guess you could, I guess you could, well, I don't know what it does, but you can let me undo that and see if I can by the way, if you go over here, you see that little dot right there? I don't know if you guys can see it. It's small.
Yep.
That basically allows you to, can't reorder it, yeah, because it's a background object. But you could remove that background. Where is it at? Yeah, right here, detached page background, and it goes back to a regular image. Okay, and obviously you could probably rotate, and then again, most programs have this little rotate option, right? If you want to kind of rotate a different way. And by the way, note about it, like most programs, you hold on the shift key, it's going to constrain it, 15-degree increments. Okay, hold on the shift key to do that. But I kind of like the fact that you could push that in the background at the same time locking it to the background. So that's kind of cool if you need to have a background image in back of all of this. Now, okay, so we talked about using the template, media types. Again, you got photos. You could put photos in here. You could put video, put audio, text. Again, you could do a whole host of text. It give you some suggested text and all that kind of stuff. Again, once you select the text, let's say, let me select that. It gives you some recommendation. You could change it, and then you can do some other unique stuff down at the bottom here with text effects that I'm going to be covering later. Let me just do shadow. Okay, again, you have the different options for shadows. Obviously, you would want to make, since that's a black background, you probably want to make the shadow white so you can see it, right? So you can add shadow, go back. You can add shape. You can add animation. We'll look at that later. And then you can add text effects. We'll look at that as well. Whew, man, that's a lot. Okay, and I'm just getting started. Okay.
I have some more questions, if I may.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it possible to repurpose this so that you can take this design and put it in other applications?
Yes. Okay, let me show you how to do that.
You could design it for print or for a billboard or for a screen.
Okay, watch this. When you see this, you're gonna flip. So watch this. You click on this little resize button right here. And notice here, look, I can click this thing here and say I need a Facebook post. I need a YouTube thumbnail.
Oh boy.
I need an Instagram, I need a Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. So anyway, you select all of everything you need, video. I mean,
that's amazing.
Okay.
My only question though is the print. Will it be the right, all video, all digital is only 72.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when I do a duplicate and resize. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
It created three different, I think I had three things selected, right? It created three media types for me. I got this look like, I don't know, portrait. This might be YouTube, whatever I had selected. And this is a square format for what, Instagram or whatever. And so, yes, you could select different types. Now, you can go back and animate these various types. So once you have the different media, you could just select the one that you want to go into and change it. How cool is that? Is that not cool? You could change the width, the pixels, lock it down. You can change the background color. And what if you wanted to translate this? I was looking at this. In fact, Greta was over at the house the other day, and I was showing her this. If you do a translate, watch this. Do translate, and she told me Chinese, so I'm gonna do a Chinese. So from English to Chinese, watch this. Duplicate and translate. You like that? Got a little rhyme to it. Bam!
Wow.
Is that slicker than
Wow.
slime? I'm
I
sorry.
don't think I need the other Adobe programs anymore.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so I'm telling you, and I'm just literally scratching the surface with this, you guys. There you have it. I have a 2 version of this thing with literally 1 click. Thank you. Okay, so you kind of see I'm excited about that.
I
Yeah.
have one other question for you that calls on your expertise as an accessibility expert. Does Adobe do anything to make these products, these images, these designs accessible?
I couldn't speak to that because this is a new application. Typically, you know, applications like this is typically not that accessible. I mean, it's hard if you're blind or have low vision to make applications accessible because they can't see it, right? You can't see colors, you can't see how to move things.
Right.
So
But you
applications
couldn't have a voice reader give alt text for all the
Oh yeah, no,
images
yeah. I mean, if you convert this to PDF, I don't know if it'd be accessible or not. I assume it will be. It would be, but I'm not sure because I've never done it.
Okay, well, maybe that's a meeting topic for next year when Adobe adds it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about that.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So now sometimes my clients, because of what they're making, promotions for their, company, it's all about the licensing of the images. They have to have the documents, it's licensed for this long, so they can't put any images, in their ads that aren't licensed. Even if they hire the photographers, they still have to license those images that are shot. So do you know what are the rights or image or licenses associated with the images that you can get when you're searching?
I'm thinking once you have this application, you can use it without any licensing, without purchasing a license for a particular.
I think so too. So it's like it's not rights managed or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I don't think you need that. Now again, I may be mistaken, but I don't think you need that.
Right. But those companies, some of them like that one, they have one whole floor of the building was, the legal department.
Right.
I don't.
So let me get into something else that's nice. So now I got this square menu. What if I want to animate that for my website, right? Because this would be a printout version. What if I want to create an animation for my YouTube or my website or whatever? Well, that's easy. Now you don't need to know Flash or animate or anything else like that. So see down here at the bottom here, this is how you animate. Okay, you click on the animate button and you have 3 different options to animate. You can animate the in motion, you can loop the motion, or you can animate the out motion. So let's talk about that. So if I want to animate this, let's say I want to animate this. I'm gonna click on this. By the way, only what's selected, gets affected, right? So this is selected. So this is what's going to get animated first. So let's say I want to animate, actually, I want to animate the hot dog first. So let me find this hot dog, see if I can. Okay, this is the hot dog. Let's say I want to animate that hot dog onto the scene. Okay, so again, I got the hot dog. I think I got it selected. Let me see. Can I find it in this bunch here? So this is the easy way. Otherwise, you'd be clicking all day trying to figure out how to get to it, right? And you have the wrong object selected. So I got my hot dog selected, which is cool. Now let's animate it. So you come over here and click on animate, and then you click on in, and then look, you saw it pop down. So you got pop down, you can drift it in, you can drop it in, you can grow it in, you can flicker it in, you can fade it in. I mean, you guys get the drift, right? You can tumble it in. That'd be kind of cool. I like the tumble. Okay, so we tumbled a hot dog in. You guys see that? How cool is that? So when you did that, what happens is, I don't know, where's my, um, oh, I saw a grid there just a minute ago. I wonder what that was about. Where's my, I'm not seeing my timeline. Hold on, let's see. Where's my timeline? Let me try that again. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, maybe, oh, that's what it did. Maybe I didn't commit it. There we go. Okay, so see right here? And then you can add another scene. Okay, so but let's animate. So what happens if I play this now, you see it kind of bounce in. So that's the first object that you want to bring onto the scene, as it were, right? Now I can animate everything, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to just do these two items. Well, once the hamburger comes in, then I want this to come on. Now, by the way, when you do that, there's this little button out at the bottom that says show layer timing. If you click on it, it shows you the timing when that object is coming in off the screen. Let me go back to the hot dog and see if I can get that hot dog selected. So you see the hot dog, this is when it's going to start and this is when it's going to end. Now, the only thing I don't like is it only shows one animation layer at a time. One object animation layer at a time. Most programs, for crying out loud, you can see all the layers. So again, for beginners though, that might be a good thing. But for us professionals like John and I, we like to see a lot of layers, don't we? So you literally can only select one object and look at its layer at a given time. So this coming in, if you play it, you can see it bounce on, right? Well, what if I want to animate this? Well, I'm gonna deselect, then reselect, right? So notice this object is selected. So let's say I want to do something with it as far as animation. Click on it, and then again, looping, it tells you what it does, and then this is the out. Well, let's do the end. So this time I wanted to maybe drop down. Oh yeah, I like that drop because it kind of looked like it's dripping, right? How cool is that? And then again, you could change the duration, the personality. Wow, it's a person, I guess. You can change the personality of the animation. How cool is that? Energetic. Let's do energetic. Okay. And then what direction it comes in. How cool. That's cool. So now the problem is when I play this, both of them going to animate at the same time, right? Which is not what I want. I want the hot dog rather, to come in on scene first. And then I want the ketchup of sort, right, to drip down from the top of the screen. So what I can do is just move this. So now the hamburger comes in, right? You guys tracking? And then you can see where it's going to start right here, right? And then the little ketchup, I guess, let me do that slowly, comes down, right? And I could kind of scale that up or whatever. And, kind of like the edge of the screen here, push that down like that. Okay. So there you have it. So I have it bouncing on the screen and then a little ketchup coming down the top of it. You can have fun with that. Okay, so that's all you have to do to every object on your screen. But the problem is, at least in my opinion, is that I gotta click every object every time I want to change this and see where, and then I can't see visually because if in order for me to see where the hamburger is, I need to kind of click on it again, right? And I got to maybe drill down over here and kind of find out where it's at in order to see the hamburger. That's a little frustration for me, right? Maybe for a new beginner, a new user, that might be nice. You're only seeing one object layer at a time. But I like to be able to see, because when you have animation, you can kind of see all the layers. You can see how they get staggered, you kind of know where to, 1 seconds apart to
Right.
animate them and stuff
I
like
can't
that.
see all my layers and the keyframes, and I don't know
Right.
how they're timed.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
if I had any complaints, it would be that. But I'm not gonna complain too much, to be honest with you. because for the average person that's new to this may be a godsend for them. But for me, I'm okay to see all the layers at one time. That's okay for me. Okay, now let's talk about some other things. I'm gonna go back home, and I'm gonna give you just a sneak preview. I know it's coming up on top of the clock there, but let me just give you a sneak. Maybe we could continue this next month, but let me just give you a sneak preview of the AI stuff. Okay, so that'd be part 2 of this, but I just want to give you a sneak preview of some of the fun stuff that just it'll blow your mind. So the first AI thing is text to image. Okay, so you can literally just type what you want, and it's gonna create an image of it. So, for example, if I type in, let me see, space scene with what I want to say, alien spaceship. Okay, hit create. Wait for it. Wait for it. Is that not slick or not? Okay, then you have 4 options you can choose from. And if you want more, you can just click on it. This is like, like what we learned in Photoshop, remember? It's going to load some more options. I mean, this is literally one prompt away, 1 prompt and 1 click. How cool is that? I'm sorry, but I'm excited.
Makes me shake my head.
Okay, so that's okay. So I'm gonna give you a sneak preview of that. Let's go back and look at another thing. And again, we'll go more detail maybe in another session. But I just want to tease you to, about this because I'm excited. Okay, so let's look generative fill, how that works. So the way that works is, in fact, let's select this object right here. Okay, and all you got to do is, let me say, all you got to do is paint. How many you can scribble, for crying out loud? Watch this. I'm gonna just scribble, right? And I'm gonna put a balloon in there, right? So I'm gonna do, let's just do hot air balloon, right? Bam. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Is that cool or not? Okay. And then what if I want to put an alien spaceship right here? This is crazy.
So Cornelius, is when you scribble on it, giving it the place where the AI object will appear?
Correct.
Okay. So if you scribbled over a bigger portion of the image, would it be a larger spaceship?
Let's see. Let's see.
That's a good question.
Is that a bigger ship for you? You want 2 of them, or maybe you want an invasion?
Okay.
War of the Worlds.
And I want to say alien spaceship, okay? Let's see what it does. Oh, I'm having too much fun. Wait for it.
Oh, the suspense. Yes, they did come out different sizes.
Is that not cool or not? Okay, so let me tease you with something else. Okay, so that's what we call we did the text to fill. Let me go back home. We did text to image, type your prompt, bam. Generative fill. So you just scribble and just say what you want. Okay, now text to template. Okay, same thing. If I do let's do a birthday party. Right? It generate. How many little effort do you think he can do that? A prompt and a click. Wait for it.
Art and science.
Is this cool or not? Or is it just me? Maybe I guess it's just me.
No, we're all
Maybe.
wowed. We're speechless.
Maybe I'm just all excited. Look at that. I got 4 templates with literally a prompt and a click. Okay, one more thing we'll call it a night, and then we'll pick this up next month, maybe, or whenever.
That would be a very nice
in more
end
detail.
of year topic.
Okay, so let's look at text effects. Okay, so the way text effects is you basically, let's select one of these, diamond, right? And you just say what you want as the texture. Let's say I want to do, I don't know, I'm gonna do leaves rather. Okay, so I want to put leaves as the texture, as it were, for that image. Okay, and click generate. Again, a prompt and a click. Sing it with me now. A prompt and a click. Hit generate.
Then wait for it.
Wait for it.
Turn it solid black first. Oh my!
I'm sorry, but this is just altogether cool to me. I've always longed to be able to do stuff like this, and now you can do it with ease.
Instead of
I used
typing
to
in,
collect. I'm probably like you guys, right? And I'm sure you all have like a boatload of images, right? Libraries of CDs and stuff with all kind of images of all kind of stuff, right? And I don't know if this ever happened to you, but you spend hours trying to find that one space scene that you had somewhere in some library, on some CDs, in some disk, somewhere, right? Now all I got to do is spaceship. Well, let me leave. Let's do this. Where is it? Right here. So let's do. What do you want on the moon, John? What do you want to put on the moon?
Oh, White Castle. White Castle
White
Burger.
Castle.
You know that company?
On
the brand name, White Castle.
Yeah.
Well, White Castle deal. Okay, let's see what this does.
No, well, it's a hamburger shop.
Yeah, I know. Now,
Okay.
again, because of copyright issues, you probably just can't get the White Castle.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
thing.
actually, I did a White Castle commercial once, and we put it on the moon, and
Okay.
really tracked it. That's why I thought that.
Okay. Well, let's see what I do with White Castle here to put it on the moon.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
wondering
cool.
if you would capitalize the words White Castle, whether it would go more for the logo than for
I don't know.
pictures of
Again,
castles
I don't
that
know.
are white.
Ooh.
Yep, you got White Castles.
Oh, that's cool.
So try capitalizing the WC and see if it changes it.
Okay. I don't think it does that because I was looking at a video last night on this, and it will not. If you do like Elon Musk, it's not going to. It's not going to. But if you did it in what's that, a Mid-Journey, it'll put its face to whatever you say. But I do White Castle on the moon.
What is a Mid-Journey?
Mid-Journey is another program that is basically text to image. But it doesn't. I mean, you think this is nice. Mid-Journey will blow this away. Literally. You think this is nice. Mid-Journey will blow this stuff away. Oh, what is that?
Oh,
that's something. But again, I mean, if I had to do that myself, that'd be literally hours for me to do that. And this is okay for me. I mean, if I'm doing something, and if I want to remove something, I could just remove that, or whatever. But
Cornelius, I don't know if you demonstrated this. If you have your own photograph on your local drive that you want to put on, you can import. You don't have to just use what comes with the program, right?
Yeah. If you go back home, if you do start from scratch, let's say.
Okay. That was that option.
You could pick your file and you can import it. Yep.
Thank you.
So anyway,
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So for the work you put the leaves on the word. Can we do like say like journey and you just want the leaf on the J or the first 3 words? Is it possible?
Now say that again, Greta.
I say for the word effect, you use the leaves put on the words, right?
But the text, it was it text effects?
Yeah.
This one? So
I'm
what
not
you
sure, but it's like you put the leaves on the words, like make the word different.
Okay, so
Looks
let me do
different.
that. Oh, so let's do this. Let's see. Let me see. If I do AAUG, right?
Mhm.
No, excuse me, not there. I got to go here first. And then you got to change the word in here, not there. AAUG. And if you change the effect, let's change it to something different. And do generate. Now, can I change that after I've changed it? So what if I want to say AAUG user group?
Redundant.
So it's dynamic because if I delete this, look at that. That's cool. I'm sorry.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, so my question is, can we just select maybe just you, like some words for
I don't
the
know.
effect,
I don't know. That's a
but
good
not.
question. So if I select just the U, let's just try that. Let me make this make metallic. If I spell that right. I think it's going to apply. Yeah. So it's going to apply
Everything.
even though I have that U selected. Now what you can do is what I call fake it till you can make it. And you could do this instead. You can basically just have 2 objects. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me do delete. I think you could do this. So I'm select that object. And I can duplicate it, right? And then make this another letter. And then let's see if I can change this to another type of effect. I don't know if I can do that or not. Special effect. And let's just change it to something else. So there you have it. So, with a little creativity, you create a workaround and you can have each letter have different texture.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So
Yeah, that's a
again,
good question. Hey, I have a question for you real quick. Mid-Journey, is that only on Discord?
I believe it is. I
'Cause
believe it is.
I went and looked at that because I hadn't heard of that one, but it was like, oh, it's in your Discord account, which I don't.
Right. Yeah. If you got a Discord account, you can get to it. But
Okay.
if you type, I heard there's a YouTube video where they typed in Taylor Swift, and they had her riding on a white horse, right? And it was literally her riding on a white horse. But if you do it in here, you're not gonna get her.
Oh,
Let me see who you get, unless they changed it.
I just found a website and I put the URL in the chat room that from midjourney.com.
yeah, that's where I went to, but it's a Discord.
Could you please explain what that means?
So
Discord?
yeah, I'm on midjourney.com right now, but Discord, it's like a social media site in a way. It's like
Mhm.
it's like Facebook or LinkedIn, Discord.
What is it? White
So
horse.
every gamer on the planet has a Discord account.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, that's like also everybody that's in college or a coder that's young, they're all in Discord.
So I typed in here this prompt and it just gave me a white horse, right? But if you did it in Midjourney, you literally see her on a white horse.
Yeah, I saw there's a couple of images on their webpage that were just stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you think, I mean, this is good, but Mid-Journey, you think this will blow you away. Mid-Journey would have you, the demo I saw, because the guy made a comparison, he typed the same prompt into this and into Mid-Journey. I'm telling you, you think
Yeah.
this is nice, this is child's play.
That might be the reason to get a Discord account, which I don't have.
Yeah, I have a Discord
But-
account.
yeah.
I don't use it that often because it's for geeks, you know,
Yeah.
Which we are not, right?
which I'm not.
Well, we are, but you know, different kinds.
Well, not geeky,
Yeah.
geekish, right?
Well, I said, somebody asked me, they go, you know, you're really good with computers and you know all this stuff, you know, and visuals. How come you're not a gamer? I'm like, dude, for a job, I have to look at screens and push buttons all day. On the weekends, you know, I want to run a chainsaw, not a computer.
Right.
Ever. And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
Well, Cornelius, can we wrap this up soon because we're going over an hour?
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think
let's,
that another session on AI.
yeah, let's wrap this
would
up.
be
Let's do a
fabulous.
part 2 on the AI stuff, which is obviously, you know, I'm real excited about. So we can have part 2 of this on AI. I just want to kind of tease you with what you can do with the.
Thank you
with
so
the
much,
AI.
Cornelius, for this. This was incredible. I thought, you know, it's awesome.
Yep.
We're going to dig into it tomorrow or, well, next week.
Yeah, well, and that's the goal of this of doing this is when you see this, man, this is like, man, I got to go out and get and do this. In fact, I got this program. I just it was a webinar today. It's called Create Studio Pro, and now they came out with a 3D character creator, and it was awesome. I happen to have a lifetime membership with them, so I get it for free. But it does just about everything 3D. You know, it's not real photorealistic 3D, but it's 3D. Just if you type in Create Studio Pro, you'll see what it is. But in the comment, the people was you see all of the, you know, man, this is awesome, amazing, and everything. But one guy had in there, I thought it was so funny. He said something to the effect, let me give you my money, you know. I mean, he was like so excited. And it was some awesome stuff that they came out with today. Create Studio, actually it's Create Studio 3.0, which is a newer version of it. They've been around only about 3 years, but they put Flash to shame. And you know, I was an avid Flash user back in the heydays.
I think I just found the actual URL. So I put that in the chat.
And what is that to? Discord or what?
No, the Create Studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she was asking to Create Studio Pro or, you know, so I just put the.
Yeah, if you go, but the new one that came out today is called Create Studio 3.0. And you could get it for $67, which is a limited version. And then you could do all access, and then you could do what I got was a lifetime version, and I get everything for lifetime, which is I always take advantage of lifetime deals. But I'm telling you, it pays for itself. You know, you pay $400, but if you're gonna do this stuff, lifetime deal pays for itself in 1 year.
Oh yeah, I have a couple lifetime things.
I love
agree.
lifetime.
Yeah,
You can stop the recorder,
subscriptions. I love
Charity,
the
if you hadn't already
lifetime.
done so, because we just chit chatting.
Yeah. Okay.
Karen, you hadn't said much. She's still there?
I really haven't had a lot to say. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Anybody else?
Okay, I think it's a wrap.
All right.
This has been a stunning presentation. Thank you.
And let's do what we call it. We'll call it AI with Adobe Express for the next meeting, whenever that is.
Hey, looking
The
forward to that.
next meeting, and
Do we do stuff in December or not?
yes, we do, and that's usually a big meeting. When we met in person, we'd have a party, and I think that maybe time we'll have to talk about doing another raffle. If I will be chasing down the Adobe person about giving a raffle to our last pair of winners. We'll have to figure out what to do for if we can get more. But that
Was
would be
that the party's
December.
at your house this year?
Yes, yes. It
Sorry.
looks like the second Thursday is the 14th of
The
December.
day after my birthday.
Ah, okay. Well, we can have a belated birthday party for you then. Sounds super. I'm
You
going to
already
stop the
started
recording
making
then.
the Adobe Express. Happy birthday for yourself there, I see.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you could do a lot of, man, I'm telling you this. So anyway, this is good. This is a good program, and it's free, for crying out loud.
Amazing. Okay. I will talk up in announcing next month. I'll talk about how
Sherry, you had a question?
terrific
I
this
see
was.
hands up. Let me see. Did she have a question?
No,
Maybe
the
she's
meeting
saying goodbye.
is just online, Sherry. It'll be on Zoom. Same room. I think she wanted to know where the party would be.
Oh, okay. All right, you guys. We'll see y'all next month.
Super.
then.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.